Good morning from my beautiful little sanctuary. It is my final moments here in the Amazon. Actually, it might not be. If this weather keeps up, there's a chance our flight could be canceled. But we're supposed to be flying out of here in about 3 hours, so we're getting packed up. This morning was just incredible. That is your bed. That is the Amazon, and all you can hear is thunder, the rain crashing down on the water. For me, that is the most relaxing sound that there is. I woke up around 5 a.m. and just listened to the sounds till about 7 a.m. So it's been an incredible start. Also, there's the loudest monkey in there somewhere, and it sounds like a T-Rex. It is that loud. It can be heard as far as 5 kilometers away, and they're just basically marking their territory. They're telling the other males, you better stay out, you better not touch my women, because these be mine. This is a very fitting exit to the Amazon with a torrential downpour, and we're saying goodbye to Madre de Rios, assuming our flight takes off. Got about a 45-minute journey to the airport, starting with this boat right here. Just gray as far as the eye can see. Goodbye to the Amazon. That was supposed to be a peace sign. There we go. Oh. All aboard the Amazonian Magic School Bus. Hola chicos, buenas noches, and right now...
Buenos dias.
Oh,
good night.
Buenos dias. Where are we going right now?
We're going to Google.
Why are we going to Google?
Because I have a press conference for a very important project I'm doing.
Very important.
Yes.
And how do you feel right now? You a little nervous? Excited?
Let me show them. So I basically have to take this thing that is called agua de azar, and it's just a solution, natural solution that makes you feel more calm.
So you're feeling stressed?
I feel more comfortable with cameras than talking to a bunch of people. I'm very shy and I get very nervous.
Yeah, because there's going to be like people who are representing newspapers and local media and national media.
And if I was talking about something else, it would be easier. But since it's about story I have, it makes it very difficult.
And I'm sure you'll share that story at some point with you guys. It's very personal. It's the reason she's doing a big tour in April, and she'll be going school to school, sharing experiences with younger teens, and I think it's actually one of the coolest things I've ever heard. A couple huge partners on the project, and today she's going to do the press conference with Google because that is one of the main sponsors of her tour. Yeah.
Nervous.
Yes. Por lo famosa que es, ¿sí?
What does that say?
Love me.
Jeez, only 860,000 views.
And no dislikes.
But no dislikes.
Es fácil contar una historia a una persona más o con temas de prevención como
All right. Welcome. I wanted to actually do a little sit down and talk about what Katy is working on because it's such an incredible project, and you actually told me about this when I visited you like 5 months ago here in Peru, and it like made my jaw drop. I mean, I'm not sure how much of the story you want to tell, that's completely up to you, but I think what is definitely worth sharing is the project you're doing and maybe a little bit about why you're doing it. First of all, what are you drinking?
I'm so shy right now because I have to speak in English and I don't like that.
Yeah.
I'm drinking juice.
Yeah.
Mint, pineapple.
We were supposed to do a cleanse today.
We ate just leches.
Yeah. Katy ate cake. I don't know, yeah, I'll let you start. You can talk a bit about it. Share as much or as little as you want.
Okay, so everything started maybe 10 years ago when I had an abusive boyfriend. So, oh my gosh, that sounds really bad. But okay, it's a reality. I had an abusive boyfriend, and then it's really hard. Okay, so basically he made me feel so bad about myself and basically everything in me that I became a very shy girl. I used to be a very popular girl in my high school, very outgoing and happy girl, and after that I just became a mess. So I didn't want to talk to people. I became very studious, and I just like basically didn't have many friends. I was going through a really bad situation. My parents had to take me out of my country to start a new life, and they sent me to study to New York. And when I moved there, I was so shy and I was so focused on my studies that people started bullying me, not only because I was the most studious in my class, but also because of my English. I guess I got criticized very much for those kind of things, and then I moved to LA and I thought I could have a new chance to start a new life, and just finally have friends and be a happy girl. But it was even worse. Like, girls were really mean to me, and then I had so much free time because I didn't have friends and I had nothing to do, that I focused my time on YouTube. I discovered YouTube, and that's how I started making videos. And actually, it was a very good therapy for me because I got more confident in front of the camera or maybe talking to other people, and it was a great opportunity to improve my English and don't get very embarrassed when I had to talk in classes and make a presentation. It was really hard for me.
Katy herself has dealt with bullying and abuse from, as she said, an ex-boyfriend, from some friends or people she thought were friends. A lot of people look into Katy's life, and a lot of her audience is here in South America, in Latin America, and they look into Katy's life, they see Instagram, they see YouTube, and they kind of picture this perfect world, this perfect life. And so I think it's really great what she's doing, because with this tour that she's doing...
I'm sorry.
You're crying? Oh, I'm sorry. There's a lot to the story, and it never gets easy. Every time she has to do these talks, she ends up crying. So now I feel bad for asking her to share, but I think it's so worth sharing because so many people look into her life, they think it's perfect, but they don't see the behind the scenes, what had happened in the past. You know, who she is today was not who she was back then, and that confidence can be built. You make people smile and laugh, and people love being around you. And I think she's such a role model to so many people, so for her to come out and say, hey, by the way, that thing that you're dealing with at home or with your boyfriend or with your friends, I used to deal with that too. That's the power of the message that Katy has, and so it's really incredible that she's going this extreme length to not only share it on YouTube, but she wants to do almost like a tour where she's going from high school to high school in Peru here, and
well, it's happening.
It's happening, yeah. And you're going to be partnered with Google. So Google's one of the people that are going to help make the dream a reality because they really believed in her vision. And there's another big company that I guess we can't say it yet.
Can't say
maybe
it.
Tomorrow, but it's another big company that wants to get behind it. Again, it's incredible to see people who are influential, who are role models to people, share their realities, because it's so easy as YouTubers just to show one front, the happy-go-lucky, the easy side of life, but then you really kind of disillusion your audience to the fact that you're also human, that you've also suffered at points.
It doesn't matter how many people believe in what I said or how many decide to change after they hear my experience, but if just one person feels better listening to my testimonial, or one person that is doing bullying reacts and see that they could be ruining someone else's life, for me it's enough.
Yeah.
Just to change one life.
Even I had a short stint in my life where I felt like I was being picked on. I would never say bullied, but picked on, and it really impacts you as a kid. And when you're able to go out there and not only let the bullies know that, hey, you actually have real consequences on somebody else's life, but also to let the people who are being bullied know that, you know, this is not your life. This is just a small screenshot of your life, and like things will get easier, things will get better. And I think you're a huge like example of that, of somebody who's at rock bottom and now has so many incredible things going for them. And you know, the scars are still real, you still face that, but yeah. I know I'm talking too much for you, but
no, it's I like that you talk.
I know your story, so I feel like
he knows my story pretty well, but it's really hard for me to say it. It's not that I don't want to talk. I'm still getting used to making it public, but I guess it will get better with time. When I'm able to tell my whole story, I promise I will at some point.
Yeah. And if you speak Spanish, I'll link down below Katy's video she posted. It's amazing. I don't even speak Spanish. She hasn't translated it for me yet, but it's beautiful. It's kind of like a video that looks back on her life and tells the story of the good and the bad, and yeah, I thought it was really poetic, even though I didn't have a clue what was being said.
Well, it's mostly about self-love. Can I say
self-love? Yeah.
Self-love, yeah. So my tour is called Quéreme, which means love me.
We were just shooting just south of Lima, getting some footage for her big video, so that was really cool to shoot. We got some incredible shots, but the whole video, you just pulled it together so amazingly with your old family footage to your new dramatized footage. Like there was a part where you know, we even had to get her to have a little tear in her eye, and she just looked at family photos and that made her cry.
I'm very emotional.
Yeah, very.
very sensitive.
And there's an incredible sunset happening right now, so that's why we're all red. Now, I want to end things on a very positive note because Katy wanted to join me on an upcoming trip, but she wasn't sure if she'd be able to make it because right now there's a lot on her plate right now trying to get everything ready with Google, with the tour. But the great news is, after talking to Sailing La Vagabond, I have gotten myself a +1 on this trip. And who else would be joining me? Katy's gonna be joining me, and I'm actually leaving tomorrow morning. I should say we are leaving tomorrow morning at like 11 a.m. We're flying to Miami. From Miami, we're going to be flying straight to Antigua and Barbuda. And she was like a last minute addition, so it's amazing that there were seats left on the plane. The tickets were not cheap. I will be very quick to admit that. They were not cheap at all. But we're going somewhere that's very unique with a couple of awesome people who I've been watching on YouTube now for like 2 years. Been in talks with them to try to meet up for the longest time. So I'm so stoked that it's finally happening. Today's video, a bit of an unusual one, but that is the end of the Amazon series and the beginning of a brand new series heading off to Antigua and Barbuda tomorrow. So very, very excited. And guys, definitely check out Katy's video and her channel. It's linked down below. If you're new to my channel, subscribe button. It's gonna be
here. I hold it in my face.
It'll be here. And guys, let's get lost again in the next one.